Hello everyone, my name is Alvan and this video is gonna be my reaction and opinion to John's video about Bahasa Indonesia itu mudah atau sulit. The winner of NAILA Executive Awardee 2015. First of all, when I would see his speech video, I think that his pronunciations of Bahasa Indonesia is very good and impressed me a lot. Because I think Bahasa Indonesia is one of the language that hard to study and hard to understand. But John can do well. His videos actually open new insight for other people who think Bahasa Indonesia is an easy language. And in my opinion, his understanding of Bahasa Indonesia is better than most Indonesian people. And actually, many languages have changed from the actual spelling because the new generation created a new language from association. Can be taken from the community or foreign language, and it went viral, which is actually not the official base language. Or the correct spelling. So not many Indonesian people understand the new change. For foreigners, it is better to use a language that is pure Indonesians or more familiar. Bahasa Indonesia must be distinguished between standard or formal and non-standard or non-formal languages. If you study in a formal education place, you will get a standard, Bahasa Indonesia standard is taught. If you study directly in the community, you will be taught non-standard languages or non-formal languages, depending on the dialect, of course. The word Anda and kamu are formal languages. The word kamu or the second person non-standard languages or non-formal languages, depending on the dialect, of course. The word Anda and kamu are formal languages. The word kamu are the second person pronoun depending on the dialect spoken. Mbak, mas, cha, you must be Japanese dialect. Akang, teteh, aa, cece must be Sundanese dialects. And if babe, empok, encang, nya, it must be a Betawi dialects. I think from John's speech, I think he have learned a lot about the language, about Bahasa Indonesia experience, about language experience in this country of Indonesia. I admit that he is very smart and insightful, and of course I want to thank you for him for providing useful lessons for all Indonesians and all people from abroad who also learn Bahasa Indonesia. Bahasa Indonesia is very rich in affixes. Bahasa Indonesia is one of the languages that has many affixes. Can be defined can be defined as affix particles used in basic words, which can be in the form of prefixes, insertions, or suffixes. For many foreigners, this affix is very difficult to learn. It may take years to master the proper use of affixes according to the correct rules. Basically, affixes are given to emphasize the meaning and context, or the proper use of affixes according to the correct rules. Basically, affixes are given to emphasize the meaning and context in a standard word. For example, the word pukul, for example, can have many meanings, and meanings if it's given an affix. Thus, pukul basic words can be used as memukul, dipukul, pemukul, memukuli, dipukuli, dipukulkan, memukulkan, terpukul, pukulan, pemukulan, and berpukul-pukulan. Just imagine, just one basic word can have a very broad meaning and purpose depending on the suffix. Bahasa Indonesia also has many words that have multiple interpretations. Having many words that have multiple interpretations or multiple interpretation is one of the characteristics of the Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia or Bahasa Indonesia. For example, bisa. The word bisa can be interpreted as being able or able to do a certain task. However, in the world of fauna, the word bisa actually refers to the poison present in reptiles. For example, bisa ular. There are more. The word bisa actually refers to the poison present in reptiles. For example, bisa ular. There are more. For example, the word cacah. In mathematics, bilangan cacah defined as the set of non-negative integers. On the other hand, the word cacah apparently also refers to the activity of cutting and menacing meat. Even cacah can also be interpreted as the process of making tattoos on human skin. A narrative can be built well if Bahasa Indonesia is combined with an imaginary framework. This is great Indonesian people with complex language that is sometimes mixed with regional languages. We can build a narrative and storyline while mixed with regional languages. We can build a narrative and storyline while imagining how the narrative could exist. That's why most of us will communicate with language combined with facial expressions. For example, when we are talking about an accident, we can narrate the incident to the realm of imagination through official language, regional language, facial expressions, and even slang vocabulary that will build the story. This is rather difficult for foreigners to do if they do not animate Indonesian properly and correctly. Diversity in language, including in Indonesia, can be a distinct advantage. However, on the other hand, this condition seems to be considered a complication for many foreigners who want to learn Indonesian Bahasa Indonesia better. So we should be proud of the Bahasa Indonesia because even foreigners struggle to learn it. And So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention and bye.